Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Joyride podcast. Oh my gosh, I forgot what I was going to say for a second. I don't know why I'm feeling like a little nervous. Maybe because it's the last episode of the year. But before we get into it, I'm your host, Rebekah Joy. And I'm so happy and so excited that you are here for the last episode of the year. I hope that the sounds okay. I usually record these podcast episodes in my office, but I decided to record it in my living room, and I'm like switching up the way that my mic is. So hopefully there's not a lot of static and like weird ass noise, but thank you so much for being here, for tuning in to the last episode of 2024. Oh my gosh. I was planning on doing my regular one podcast episode a week, but after Thanksgiving, fast forward, maybe like 2 weeks ago, I'm like, I'm thinking like I just want to take some time and then just make like a really, really juicy last episode of the year, just because I have been really leaning into the slowness of this season. Like, we will get into all of that, but just like, girl, I've been moving slow. So like slow as a snail. My workout routine is kind of like, it's all over the place now, which is fine. Like, I'm still working out, but I decided after Thanksgiving, I was feeling so disconnected from my workout program. And I'm like, I just feel like I really need to give myself some rest. And every time I'm on Instagram and I come across one of these tarot card readings, it's always like, rest, rest, rest. And I'm sitting here like, wait, I feel like I rest. But because of this season, I'm now realizing what true rest feels like. And I've been doing that. Like, I have been getting up so much later than I usually get up. I've been getting up at like 8:30 or 9 because I have been sleeping. I haven't been moving as much, which is, not my favorite thing, but like, I'm just taking it really easy on myself. I was dealing with a little bit of like a weird shoulder. I don't know what was happening in my shoulder. I went and got a deep tissue massage the other day, but like, it felt like the fattest fucking knot in my like upper back neck. And I was like, I feel like all of these signs are just pointing to me resting a little bit. So I decided to just really, really cut myself some slack and take things a little bit slower and a little bit easier. And I'm like, I think I just want to do one final closeout of the year episode. I have just so much newfound inspiration for me, for my personal brand, it's so even weird saying that, my personal brand, but like actually my personal brand and my business and this podcast and where I want to take it. And I don't know, I feel like we have covered so much of everything that's already happened in the past few months of these episodes, but this one really felt like tying the ribbon on top of like the gift box. Like, things are finally feeling complete, and I just want to have like one more run through, deep reflection until we get into the shit for next year. Like, I don't even know what's going to happen next year, but like I'm walking into this next year with such a deep sense of clarity within myself. Like, just as I've been reflecting over the past year and thinking about what this year has taught me and what it has done for me, this was a very, very challenging, transformative, eye-opening, illuminating, very honest year. Like, even within the past few weeks, I have been in this space of confronting myself. Like, this was a year of confrontation with myself. And I don't know, I think like over the past 10 years, I've been discovering so much of who I am and what I like and what I don't like, and what is my life and what is this path that I'm creating and what is this path that I'm working towards. And I know a lot of people in their 20s can relate to this too. Like, your 20s is just one long stream of trial and error experiences. But what I've been able to gather over the past few weeks because I've gone in so deep, like so fucking deep, not just throughout the span of my 20s, but especially this year. Like so many interesting things have happened. A lot of dark things have happened. A lot of amazing things have happened. And I was talking to a girlfriend yesterday. It was Christmas yesterday, and I was on a walk, and she's one of my best friends, like absolute best friends. I met her a few years ago. She's one of the very, very few select people that, like, when we talk, I'm like, she sees me. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like those few people in your life that you're like, oh, they see me, like, to my core, and like they see my essence and what I'm here to give to the world. She's one of those people, and I'm so grateful for her. And she's a Gemini, so I'm like, we can just like talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and go really fucking deep, which is so amazing. And I was sharing that, like, sometimes I really feel this itch or this calling to just like almost expose myself and share like everything that I've been going through with people, because I love to share and I love to express myself, but I also know within sharing that it's going to help someone else. And like, I don't know why it's just this pull to want to share a lot with people, but I've learned just so much this year around privacy and my boundaries, and just like, there's a fine line between, you know, being vulnerable and being authentic and sharing your life, and just like knowing when enough is enough. And I was thinking to myself the other night, you know, as much as I would love to just like share it all on here, and I do share a lot about my life and what I'm moving through on this podcast, especially out of every platform, it feels like a very safe space because I'm just able to talk and truly like have the floor. So yeah, like I do share a lot on here and on Instagram, and just like it's something that I love to do. But I was thinking, you know, as I've been navigating the meaning of boundaries and like actually setting healthy boundaries for myself and my life, you guys, like I thought I knew what a boundary was. Like I really didn't. I don't think I actually understood what it meant to create a boundary for myself personally and professionally. And I'll share like all the things that I've been doing. But I was thinking, like, you know, within having these boundaries, the people that are able to be in your life and share these experiences with you and be in your space, like this is a really big privilege. And like the people that I'm sharing these raw aspects of my life with, like this is really a privilege for me to share that with them. And I don't mean to sound like, oh, it's a privilege for them to like know about my life, but like it's a privilege for the people in your life, like for you, like your best friends and your partner and your family, for them to get to know all of these different sides of you. And like, even though I do feel really called to share a lot about my experience, and I do waver a lot of times between like, am I sharing enough? Am I sharing what I want people to see? Because throughout this year, I've also found myself becoming very defensive and like almost annoyed at what people are sharing back to me, like the feedback. Like the amount of times that someone said to me this year, oh my gosh, it looks like you're thriving. And I literally wanted to punch them. I'm like, you have no fucking idea what I've been going through on the inside. And I know that pretty much every person who's running their own business, or like an entrepreneur, a creator, anyone who's paving their own path is gonna feel the exact same way. But for some reason this year, it was so triggering. But then I was like, wait, I'm clearly putting out this image online, this good image of like empowerment and inspiration and all these things, which I do want to be doing. But there's always been a part of me that's like, I also like to show the more real, raw, dark, hard times as well. And I'm not someone who shows up online like always having her hair and makeup done. Like that's so not me. And sometimes I'm like, man, I could really, you know, put a little more effort into this. And that's something that I want to be doing in 2025. Like really thinking about when I'm showing up and giving people this information, like I'm showing up as yes, my most present, authentic self, but also like this higher version of myself. And so I'm thinking like these photos of me that I took this year where I felt so connected to myself. Like I looked really good physically. I felt really beautiful in these photos. I was doing work that I was really proud of. And I'm like, that is my higher self. Like, I don't even know where I was trying to get at here with like sharing and having boundaries and all of that, but I don't know. I think it's always this like internal battle that I'm moving through because I have always been attracted to like YouTubers and people who just share a lot of their life and share a lot of their story. And yeah, it's just like what I like. And I think, you know, for everyone, we're gravitated towards what we value and what we prioritize. And I like really, really value and prioritize self-expression and authenticity and people just being themselves. And that only comes from you literally sharing about your life and what you're going through, the hard shit, the bad shit, the good shit, all of it. So we're going to continue to share it. I'm just, you know, navigating still. And I think it's something that I'll forever be navigating, but it's like, how much do I want to be giving to people, even though a part of me is like, ugh, I just want to like expose it all. And maybe like thinking about this year, like so much shit went down this year, you guys, that no one besides like the people closest to me in my life would have any fucking idea. Of course, like I'm not unusual in this aspect. Like everyone goes through crazy shit, but I'm like, if only people knew what actually happened this year behind closed doors, like I think a lot of people would be really shocked. So part of me is like, ooh, I would love to just share it all, but like I don't know, there's something that's still like holding me back, and I'm still like, I don't know if it's like right. And I don't know if I need to be sharing every single aspect of my life. I think there's so much beauty in privacy and giving, you know, certain people in your life the privilege to go there with you. So anyways, we are going to transition into something else. This year and wrapping up and everything that's been happening, like as I just mentioned, this has been such a transformative and such a confronting year, and I'm coming up on my 2-year anniversary of launching my coaching business, which is wild, and I don't think it really hit me until like a week ago, and I was thinking about it and I'm like, I think I'm starting to get it now. Like I remember applying for jobs and just I feel like there's this kind of saying that everyone says when it comes to business, like, oh, you won't make any money for your first like 2 years in business, or like basically for any job, like you aren't going to make any money the first or second year. And that's what it's really felt like. I'm like, I feel like I've made absolutely nothing, and I have had to talk myself out of this like mental narrative that I've been telling myself, like, what have you done in the past few years? And I'm like, okay, hold on a second. Like I've actually done a lot of stuff. I definitely know that I could have been doing a lot more, but I had no idea what I was doing for the past 2 years. And a part of me still has no idea what I'm doing, but I have, you know, a firmer grasp on my reality and where I want to be going. And for the last 2 years, it literally was just me throwing shit at the wall. And before that, like, I'm not new to running my own business. I've been running my own business for the past like 5 or 6 years. So it's been quite a while, but like running my own soul aligned, like this is what I'm here to give to the world type of business is like a whole different fucking scenario. And the past 2 years have just been, it's just like, whoa, like seriously, such a whirlwind, so much growth, so much learning. And I'm now at this point, as I'm in the last year of my 20s, and I'm hitting my Saturn return in the next few months, and I'm hitting my 2-year anniversary with my business, and I'm like, I think I'm actually fucking getting somewhere. And I've been thinking a lot about how much we change as individuals, and I've seen a lot of people in my life change I don't want to say physically, like their like face has changed and like their body's changed, but like what's happening to them on the outside, whether that's like they get married, they have kids, you know, they buy a house, they move. Like I've experienced a lot of people in my realm go through these like major life transitions. And of course, like I don't know how much they've changed internally. I'm sure that they've all changed, but like when I think about my own trajectory, it almost has felt like it's been the opposite. Like I moved to Austin. I first was living at my parents, or not my parents, a family member's like house here with one of my best friends who moved with me. And then we moved into an apartment together. And then she moved back to San Diego and I was on my own and in a different apartment. And then now I'm here. And of course there have been like, you know, other things that have happened along the way, but it's felt like over the past 4 or 5 years, like I have done so much work internally, like more work than I could have ever even imagined. And I've learned throughout this journey and this trajectory of mine that like this is what I love. Like I love self-development and I love growth and I love to change. And when I'm not changing, I'm like, what am I doing here? Like, what is happening? So I've gone through so many spiritual, emotional hurdles. I've seen my body change, like not like in crazy ways, like, oh my God, like I lost 20 or 30 pounds, but I've seen my body go through these crazy shifts, which has been so amazing. And I've become so connected to my physical body and my vessel and just my soul and what I'm here to do. And it really, really feels like, and it's something that I think if you are in tune with yourself and your journey, it's one of those things where it's like, I can't really articulate it and I can't really put it into words, but like I feel it. Like I feel like I need to quit my job, or I feel like I need to break up with this person, or I feel like I have to go talk to this person, or I feel like I need to start this business. It's just like, I feel like I have to do this. And just like I know. And this year that I'm moving into in 2025 really feels like, okay, I've done so much change internally. Like now the reality gets to match that. Like now my physical reality gets to match all of the work that I've been doing on the inside. Because to be honest, you guys, like it has felt so debilitating at times because I'm sitting here and I'm like, I am doing so much fucking work. This is kind of like where the ego likes to be really loud. My ego is like, I am doing so much spiritual work, like way more than all of these people. And why am I not making as much money as them and having the relationship and this and that? And I have learned, like, again, so much about myself this year, but I have been studying the systems that I teach at such a deeper level. I started studying Kabbalah, which has completely changed my life and has made me truly, like I can truly say this, it has made me such a better person. It has made me a way less reactive person, and I never viewed myself as a reactive person. Like if you are someone that thinks that you are not reactive and that you're so self-aware and you know yourself, fucking go study Kabbalah. Cause like you will be like, oh. Like it's so, I feel like this system just holds the keys to the universe, and I'm still such a beginner in it, and I just cannot wait to deepen my study in it. But it has just shown me that like I have so much goodness in me, but I also have so much darkness in me, and like both are always going to exist, and it's the challenge of a lifetime to be able to transform those dark parts and to see something new and to see something different. And yeah, like I have just spent, I feel like almost 10 years doing so much internal work, and now I'm like, I don't think it was the right time. I don't think it was the right time for me to experience like true material success and true material abundance and like have a really safe, secure relationship. But it's like, I just have this feeling that like it's really time now, and it's really exciting. But I also am able to end this year with so much freaking gratitude for the dark shit that I went through, especially during this year. Like I went through something that was very, very emotionally challenging. Let's just say it was a romantic thing. Developing feelings for someone. it was very challenging for me. And this was like basically like late springish to like summer. And then I had a few months of like navigating and processing that. And then I went on this big Italy trip, and then I came back and it was like, we're in the dark. And I was like, oh, okay. Okay, we're in the dark now. Holy shit. This is like the most confronting season of my life, biggest ego death of my life. And yeah, because of that, I learned to have so much gratitude for going through the dark shit that no one wants to face. Like, I think one of the biggest reasons, like through everything that I have gone through this year, what I've learned about myself and what I've learned about this business that I have, this container that I have for people, is like, I am giving people the opportunity to do the thing that they don't want to do in order to experience the thing that they've always wanted. Like, and that's really hard, and it's really fucking tough. And I went through months of just like, I mean, I remember being in Chicago for like, I was doing a few workshops at the Soho House there, which I love. I love being there. I love the people. I love the staff. It really feels like family to me. Like, they're so great and they treat me so well. And this was pretty soon after I'd gotten back from Italy. I think I went to Chicago maybe like 2 weeks after, and I forgot my dad's birthday, which is so unlike me. And my mom texted me and she was like, hey, you never called your dad for your birthday, or like you never sent him anything. And I was just so distraught. I was like, I am fucking in it. I'm in my own world. I'm like surrounded by darkness. Like, you know, when you're just so consumed with your own stuff that's going on, it's so hard to be there for other people. And it's something that I don't think I like fully was able to articulate and understand until the past few years, because even though I've gone through dark shit, like I have gone through these experiences where people that I loved and people that I saw all this potential in, like, they weren't able to be there for me in the way that I really thought that they could be. And I didn't realize it. And now I've come to realize that, like, when you're just so in your own darkness and you're so consumed with your own life, I would say most of the time, for like, not when you're so consumed, like not in the best way, right? Like, you're so unhappy, you're so unfulfilled, you're just like going fucking through it. You're going through the deep, dark trenches of shit, basically. It's hard. It's really hard to come up for air and be like, hey, and check in with people and want to just reach out to them and hear about what's going on in their world. And as I, was starting to navigate all this, I felt so terrible, because I'm like, this is someone in my life who gives me everything and gives me unconditional love and support. And like, how could I forget this? And throughout the rest of the trip, even though it was such an incredible trip and I had so many wonderful experiences, like, and I got to, see my gifts come to light in person as I'm teaching these workshops and as I'm meeting with people one-on-one. It's like, when I wasn't in that space, I was in my head, and just like things were really, really hard. It's hard to even put this into words, but I think if you have navigated something like this, you're like, yeah. Like, I understand what you're saying. I just felt so dark, and like, I was just against myself. Like, I remember having these thoughts of just like, you're doing everything wrong and this is horrible and I hate that you do this. And just like, it was so much all at once, and it was so tough. And all I wanted to do was just like lay in bed and cry and just be like, oh my God. Like, I just remember thinking, fuck me. Like, I just have so much to work on. Like, I just have so much more growing and developing and change to do. Like, where the fuck do I even get started? Like, that's how I was talking to myself. It was really harsh. It was really brutal, but I needed to go through that. I needed to just confront myself and be honest with like where I was unhappy with myself, where I was unhappy in my life. And I really had to take off my rose-colored glasses and be like, wake the fuck up, bitch. Like, wake up. Like, you cannot be living in this Delulu wonderland anymore where you think that miraculously everything's going to change. Of course I believe in the power of the universe. Of course I believe in God. Of course I believe in miracles. But like what I believe in, I don't want to say more, but like the integrity is in your actions. Like these powerful forces are here to complement you, but like they can only complement you and they can only aid you in this journey that you're on if you're willing to put in the work and you're really, really willing to sit there and face yourself and be honest with yourself. So navigating through that over the past few months and just really understanding the concept of like boundaries and upholding these boundaries in my personal life, in my professional life. Like I've always felt this pressure when it comes to my friends and my family and getting back to people and communicating with people, even though I do pride myself in being an incredible open communicator. Like I didn't understand how to separate that because I always felt this guilt of like, well, what are these people going to think? Are they going to think that I don't care about them or this or that? And then I had to realize like I have to do what's best for me, but I also have to communicate that with the people in my life. So I started to have not like these big ordeals and like these big open conversations with people, but I just started to shift things in my life. I started to take accountability in areas that I've never fully taken accountability in before. And I just spent a lot of time in silence with myself over these past few months. And I think what also helps is like the season that we're in, right? Like it's getting darker earlier. Things just naturally move slower. And just like I can recall so many nights like sitting on my couch crying to myself happy tears, like, but just sitting with myself and thinking like, what do I really, really want? And like, how do I really, really want to feel? And how do I want to act? And yeah, like it's been the most beautiful, eye-opening, confronting experience to be so brutally honest with myself. And it's not like I wasn't honest with myself. I think just like doing it in a more raw space of like, you can say whatever you need to say to yourself. You can sit here and cry. You can envision whatever you want for yourself. And no one's going to judge you. No one's here. Like, it's just you. It's just you and it's just me. It's literally me talking to myself. Like, that's it. And it's been so beautiful and so rewarding. And because of that, I've been able to lean into creating these boundaries for myself. Like I've been starting to turn off my phone, not every single day. I want to start doing it every single day, but like turning off my phone for a few hours a day, because I have realized throughout this journey, like I need a lot of time alone. I need a lot of time alone, more time than the average person. And I don't expect anyone to understand it, but like I am someone that is in like deep introspection a lot of my time. Deep reflection, deep revelations are coming through, channeling, like understanding what I'm feeling emotionally. And I can't have other people popping into my space. I just can't. I can't have it personally. I can't have it professionally. And that's transpired into me just being brutally honest with myself with like, what am I charging people? How many people can I work with? What types of people do I want to work with? You know, what type of relationship do I want? And all of this came through with me being really, really honest with myself and navigating these really fucking challenging experiences that I went through this year. Saying yes to things that I probably shouldn't have been saying yes to, going along with the flow, thinking that like, oh, this is just an alignment when it wasn't, like overgiving, like 100% overgiving to clients because I was so scared that if I didn't, that they wouldn't stay with me and work with me. And yeah, it just was like, I know that I'm using the word confronting a lot, but it just was so confronting. And because of that, because I had to go through these really, really hard months, like I'm sitting here now at the end of December feeling so good with the work that I've done. And it's like, I feel like the action piece of this is now just getting started, but like mentally I've been able to really like be at peace with everything that I experienced and like understand why I had to go through everything. And like, I'm now at this position where I actually feel like the things that I want are attainable, because I know for a lot of us, it can feel like the things that we want, like, of course, if you hear me talking about it, or someone else that you look to for inspiration or empowerment, it's like these people can say like, oh, it's way closer than you think. But like, that's not really the case. Like, it can be a lot closer than you think if you are willing to go there and you're willing to be honest with yourself about like what you're doing to get yourself there. And most people are just so fucking scared of doing that. That's just the truth. Like, most people are really, really, really scared of being honest with themselves and then fucking doing something about that. Like, I have just been really leaning into the actions that I'm putting towards everything that I want, because like, having the intention is one thing. It's like what I say all the time about awareness. Like, you can have the awareness about something and you can have the knowledge, but unless you're actually integrating it and embodying it, like, it doesn't mean jack shit. It just doesn't. Like, an intention is an intention. You can say like, oh, I intend to be a good person, then be a fucking horrible ass person. You know what I'm saying? So like, as we're moving into this next year, I just remember that I was gonna pull up a few like prompts, like journal prompts. Maybe I'll do that at some point in this episode. But like, of course, you've heard a lot about my journey, and you'll, as long as you're a listener, you'll continue to hear more about my journey, because I love to share about it. But like, I really hope that you, if you haven't already, like, take the time to really, really reflect on this year. You know, what did you love? What did you not love? Where did you feel like, ooh, I could have done more, or I could have done things differently? Where do you really, really want to see growth and change in your life? Like, I just believe that we are always meant to be growing and developing and changing. And if not, I'm like, what's the point? Like, the point of life and the point of this journey is to always, you should always want to evolve, and you should always want to be better. And if you don't, like, that just is very weird to me and very odd to me. And because I've been able to really, really accept the ways that I've grown over the past 10 years, like, so much growth, so much growth, and truly see that growth with so much gratitude. I just know that I'm going in this next year, I'm going to experience growth in ways that I've never, I don't want to say never experienced, but like, I've had like little tiny glimmers of this growth. But I'm like, ooh, like, I just am so excited to experience growth on a whole different level. I've been so blessed to go through such extreme, you know, levels of growth when it comes to my sense of self and my confidence and my body and the way that I think and the way that I feel and the way that I act. Like, all of these things that have come from an internal place, but now moving into a new space where like, oh, like a beautiful, stable, secure relationship, like, I actually feel like it's right around the corner. Like, I don't know how it's going to happen, but it feels like it's right around the corner. And like, for the first time really in my life, feeling like financially safe and feeling financially secure. Like, those are the two things out of everything in my life. I've always wanted to feel really safe and secure with my financial situation, and like, just be taken care of. Like, whether that's by a partner, the universe, me, like, I just want to be taken care of. And also like, in a beautiful, stable, secure relationship. Those are the two things. And it's funny because I feel like everything but those two things. So I'm like, but because I've done the work in all of these other aspects, it's like, now I get to step into a new life. Like, I get to see myself become a different person, and I get to experience this new chapter in my story where these things are actually like attainable and possible. And that's only possible because of the work that I've done internally, but also having the awareness and then taking action to do something different, to like, be like, okay, bitch, if this is something that you really, really want, like, we got to be putting in the work. And I mean, I'm in the Saturn return phase of my life right now, so that's why everything feels like so confronting, because Saturn is the planet of discipline and boundaries and structure. It's ruled by Capricorn. We're in Capricorn season now. Like, this is the energy that wants you to put in the 1% every single day. It's like the compound effect. Like, you're not going to get to have your dream body by just doing like one amazing workout and thinking like, oh my God, I'm going to wake up tomorrow and be on the cover of Sports Illustrated. I'm going to look that good. Like, no. It doesn't happen like that. Like, you get to where you want to be by putting in the work every single day, even if it feels so insignificant, and even if it feels like nothing is fucking happening. Because that's another thing, guys. Like, over the past few months, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is great. I am whoa, I'm going through some crazy ass shit right now, and like, what's on the other side of this? God, like, what is on the other side of all of this darkness and like these crazy profound revelations that I'm having, and like just being so fucking brutally honest with myself? Like, you better have some good ass shit coming for me. Like, that's how I've been feeling the past few months, and it's so cool to be now on the other side of that. I mean, I think that there's still some things that need to, I don't know, some shedding is still going to happen, because my Saturn return birthday is in March, early March. But I'm like, to be able to have gone through all of that and then to be on the other side and to be like, no, like, I'm actually now, because of all that work, 1 step closer, 5 steps closer to all the things that I've always wanted for myself, but like never really took the time, not even just like the time. Like, I don't think that I was fully ready to be this honest with myself and to actually come clean with the work that I would have to do in order to get there. And I think with everything, I used to be so like, I just want to understand, especially over the past few years of running this business, I've gone through so many seasons where I'm just like, this work is so life-changing and so incredible, and why can't people wake the fuck up and see it? Like, I have been really angry at the world for a lot of the past 2 years, which is really shitty to say, but like, that honestly is just the truth. But, you know, throughout those moments, I'm like, oh my God, this is the best thing ever, and I'm so grateful for these people. Like, it hasn't been everything, but I'm like, I should be making 10 times more. I should be getting 10 times more. I should. And with anything in life, it's like, people just value different things, and people prioritize different things, and like, people are going to come around to things when they're ready. Like, and that is sometimes really fucking hard to accept. You know, I'm sure you know people that are in a relationship that you're like, why is she dating this guy? Or like, why are you in this job that you hate? Or why are you doing this? Like, I know that I've felt that way. I don't know. I've felt that way with myself, but like more so with the people in my life, especially people that I really, really love. I'm like, why? Like, I just don't understand. And like, just the downloads that I've gotten from God, the universe, the conversations that I've had with friends, with clients, like, I always get exactly what I need to hear. And like, what has constantly been recycled through people to me is just this remembering that like, the people that see you fucking see you. And that doesn't just go for me, that goes for you too. Like, the people that see you fucking see you. And those people are really, really rare. And one of the challenges in this lifetime is just to not even like find more people, but just to like so authentically show up as yourself that those people naturally come across your path. But it's really like, that's like 1 in 100 people. Like, it's really rare to find those people that see you, whether that's like within the work that you're doing, as a friend, as a partner, you know, like the people that just like fully recognize and see you, your light, your skills, your gifts. And also knowing that people want different things, and that's okay. Like, now moving from this space of like pure gratitude and just like being so in awe of the work that I give to people. Like I was in a session today. I was in a coaching session, which is an hour and a half. Like it's a significant amount of time. And we were going over a lot of her human design chart and her astrological chart. And I was just giving her so much information. And like halfway through the session, she was just like crying. She was just like, this is so validating. And I'm like, I know, like, and sometimes I just forget because I've been in this world and studying this work for what feels like a lifetime, even though it hasn't been, but like I'm in it every day. So sometimes it just feels like, yeah, this is the norm. But then to have that shared experience with someone where it's like, when I started to really understand my gifts and what I was here to do, like I was just in awe of like what the universe was bringing me, the people and the knowledge and the systems and the information. And I'm like, I get to share this with people. Like I get to help people like see themselves and see their light and see their potential and just feel like, oh, I can take a deep breath now. Like nothing's wrong with me and this is just who I am. And I'm like, what better gift is there? Truly, like I'm so grateful that I was given these gifts, but a lot of times it's felt like this curse, like, oh my gosh, the shit that I'm here to share is so fucking deep. But what I've also realized about this year is like I'm a deep ass bitch. Like, and it's funny because in so many different aspects of my life, like I've been thinking about food, and this may sound so dumb, but like when I eat a piece of cake, I want this cake to be like fucking dense. Like I love a dessert that's just like rich and like dense, and like an angel fucking food cake. No, absolutely not. Like give me frosting that weighs like almost like you're carrying like a brick. And I just feel like I'm just so rooted. That may have made no sense, but in my head it makes so much sense. But like I am just so rooted in depth. And someone said to me a few months ago, they were like, why are you trying to attract people who aren't ready for you? And I was like, oh my God. Like I think I just was living in this true scarcity mindset because I don't know if this is naturally what a lot of entrepreneurs feel, but like it literally has felt like sink or swim for the past few years. I'm like, I feel like I'm barely making any money. This is like not something that's super sustainable. I'm trying really hard. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck I'm doing. But like, I know what I'm here to do. And I know that I'm so gifted and I know that I want to share this with the world, but people aren't receiving it. It can become so much. And then that bleeds over into every aspect of your life. Like any entrepreneur or business owner knows, like you can't separate it. Like what you do is your life. And I'm so grateful for that. And I'm so grateful for the work that I do and for what I share with people. But at the same time, like you don't just like clock out. You don't just like turn it off. Like I am thinking about my business and like what I'm doing 24/7. And I do things to help me almost like freeze that in time. Like working out is one of those things for me. Going on a walk, like having like a really beautiful deep conversation with someone allows me to feel like time is standing still. But I'm always thinking, and like in my head, I'm always thinking about how do I do better? How do I develop? How do I grow? How do I give this? How do I do that? And a lot of times I'm like, I don't fucking know. Like I know that I want to get there, but like how in the hell am I going to do this? Like what the fuck? So anyways, just being so real, like be fucking for real with myself and being like, these are the people that I want to work with. These are the people that I don't want to work with. This is how much time I want to spend doing this. This is how much time I don't want to spend doing this. And not twisting it in my head where it's like, I got to do this in order to be successful. Like, I got to do this. I'm like, what do I actually want to do? Like, what do I actually want to do? And now being a few years in, I'm like, oh, I actually feel like that's possible. Like, because I've tried out so many different things over the past few years, which thank you fucking God. Like for the past few years, I was just throwing shit at the wall, seeing what sticks, seeing what doesn't. That was my process. That was my way. Everyone's going to have a different strategy in a different way. And that was the only fucking way that would work for me, because I did not come out of the corporate world with this marketing skill and that skill. Like I'm a great communicator and I have natural skills, but there are a lot of skills that I've never developed, like business skills. So for me, it was all about just like throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks, seeing what I like, seeing what I don't like, and not just like running with running with something because, oh, this could potentially make me a lot of money, or, oh, this is like really cool in the moment. It's like really coming back to my bread and butter. What am I fucking obsessed with? Like, what skills do I have that I love? Like, I'm reading it's not the manifesto, it's the something of Naval Ravikant. If you've heard of him, he's like a Silicon Valley OG, apparently. I've like seen him pop up for years on my Instagram feed, and I just thought he was like a really cool guru who just gave like fire advice. But I'm realizing that he's a really big fucking deal in the Silicon Valley. Anyways, I'm reading his book right now, and I'm just taking away so many gems from it. And yeah, something that really stuck out to me is just like, what skills do you have that you are obsessed with? Because we're not supposed to be obsessed with everything. We're not supposed to be good at everything. Like, you guys have heard me say this like 1,000,001 fucking times, because literally that's what human design is about. But you know, if you're also at this phase in your life where you have been experimenting for the past few years, or you know, you've been in this job, whether it's a corporate job or working for yourself for the past few years, like, I really feel like for a lot of us collectively, like, this is a turning point moment. Obviously, everyone is on their own path and on their own journey. But like, for me, it truly feels like I'm moving into almost like a new level of understanding and a new level of maturity. Like, yes, I've been an adult for a few years, but like, it really feels like I'm moving into this next level of adulthood where like, oh, like I'm ready for the stable partnership. Oh, like I'm ready to even think about, you know, creating like true wealth for myself. And like, what does that wealth mean? And like, what would that give me? What would that bring me? And not just like trying to fucking get by. And again, you may be listening to this and like a whole different life story. You're like, listen, I'm married, I got 2 kids, I have the job. But like, for me, this is my journey. And I've spent the past 10 years just like navigating who I am. And I've been moving through this journey of self-discovery, what I like, what I don't like, what am I good at, what am I not good at. And like, just so many things have been popping up recently where my intuition is so quick. It's razor sharp. It's like, nope, you don't want to do that. Yes, you want to do that. And to be able to have that level of clarity is like, whoa, like I've really been doing the work. I've really been like, I'm putting in the sweat fucking equity here. Like, and now it's paying off, and now it's really cool. And now I'm able to step into a new year and no longer feel like, what have the past 5 years of my life been? Which I know sounds just like, what the fuck, Rebekah? Because of course I've gone through massive change truly over the past 5 years. But as someone who was always looking to experience massive levels of change and growth, and even though I have in some areas, like I mentioned before, like there have been areas where I'm like, I've just been living through these patterns, and I've just been like a hamster running on this wheel in certain areas of my life. But now I'm like, that's actually changing. And not to say that it's going to be fucking brutal ahead, but it's like, I've already gone through the hardest part of this, which is the awareness. Like, the hardest part is recognizing where you're continuously fucking things up. Like, it's on you. Like, we need to realize that why you're experiencing the life that you're experiencing is because of you. You have to take ownership. You have to be autonomous in your own life. And if you can't, nothing is going to change. Like, that has been one of the biggest takeaways that I've learned from this year. Like, there have been so many parts of me that I'm not proud in saying this, but parts of me that I'm like, oh, I'm not making this money because of these people or that or this or that. And I'm like, everything is on me. Every single thing in my life that I'm experiencing is on me. And that's hard. It's hard to come to that realization that everything in your life comes back to you, because so many people don't want to admit that to themselves. Like, why you're continuously engaging in these negative, horrible habits and patterns is because of you. But it's like, on the flip side of that, we have every day, every single hour of every day, we have an opportunity to change that. And a lot of times it's really hard to break that cycle. But luckily, there are people out there that if you want the fucking help is going to show up at your doorstep. Like anytime that I need help, whether that's like, oh, I don't know how to do this in my business, or like navigating a hardship in my life, like someone, an angel in the form of like a person, or just like, you know, I hear something in a movie, or like I read something in a book, like it comes across my path and I'm like, there it is. Like you just need to ask for it, but you have to start with being honest with yourself and just like fully taking accountability of what you love about your life, what you don't love about your life, and what you want to experience in your life. And like I have been kind of like preaching this for the past month, like don't wait until the new year, start now, even though I do believe in following your own guidance system. And if you need to just like say, listen, I'm going to start over in January, like do what you got to do. But the only way out is through. Like lean into the seasons, but always trust what your internal guidance system is telling you, because that is the only way. That is the only way to get out. Like I have been doing so much work over the past month, but a lot of it has been like mentally. And now I'm like itching. I'm like, we're in Capricorn season now. I'm like, I'm itching to fucking put all this information to work. Like I'm ready to work. I'm ready to sweat. I'm ready to like put all this into action. And I know that I'm going to get to this point where I'm like, oh, this is so hard. Like, because it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work to change. But it like, there just is no other way. There is no other way to change unless you continue to be honest with yourself, to hold yourself accountable, and to put in that work to make the change a reality. Because once you start seeing this compound interest, the compound effect, it's like, oh, now the stuff that I want for my life is actually attainable. And like, it's maybe not right there. Like I can't like touch it, but like it is coming closer and closer and closer and closer to me. And also it's like, at any point throughout this journey, you can change. Of course, I've been, you know, bitching about that for the past 20 minutes, but like change in the sense of like change in what you want. Like throughout the past few years, throughout this past year, like I am always changing things that I want. And I'm noticing that the more detached that I am from like, oh, this thing is going to bring me this, like over the past 2 years of running my business, every single time, and I'm just now learning, you know, what all this means, but like my Soho House gig, like a month after I launched my coaching business and I got this like huge partnership at Soho House, it was huge to me. I was like, I'm not fucking ready for this, but like here I am being a speaker at Soho House, a place that I've always wanted to be a member at, and like getting these opportunities. Before I got them, I was like, oh, this opportunity is going to bring me a lot of money. This opportunity is going to allow me to meet a lot of clients. I'm going to do this and maybe I'll meet someone. It's never been about that for me. I've always walked away with this beautiful newfound reflection, revelation about myself, about who I am, about what I want. And like even, you know, just recently, like I experienced something with this job that I took on, and I thought like, oh, something amazing for my coaching business is going to come out of it. And that didn't really happen. But what came out of it was that like I, for the first time in my, you know, adult life, I'm like, I see and I understand my value. I understand my value beyond just like how I look and how I can transform my body and all these things. Like the value that I'm giving to someone with my gifts, with my strengths, with my talents, with what I'm choosing to give to the world, like I am really fucking valuable. And if you don't see that, it's not my fucking problem. And not in like a mean, rude way. I'm just like, this is who I am and this is what I do. And that's that. And just fully owning that. And like, I just keep on coming back to this feeling and this saying of like, whatever you're doing, like if you believe in yourself, like that is what you are and that is what you are giving to the world. Like before I became a life coach, I just remember there were so many years at family holidays and coming back from school and just like times in between where I felt just such a deep sense of shame because I was never fully connected to what I was doing. I always had these seasons of like, oh, I'm a personal trainer. Oh, I'm doing this. But whatever I was doing, it just felt like it didn't fully reflect my true worth and my true value. And it felt really unsettling to me, even though a lot of these things like I was passionate about and they were my hobbies and they interest me. Like I always felt judged, and I always felt like, but the judgment started from within myself. Like, again, everything always comes back to you. So I felt this judgment of like, oh, I'm taking on these things that like just I'm so much better than this. And not like, oh my God, I'm just like the queen of the world. But I'm like, I'm just like worth so much more than this. And I experienced that over the past few months. And I was like, girl, like what? No. Like you are so worthy and you are so valuable. And I think for a lot of us, that is so hard to see. Like it's so challenging for us to see our value and our worth because what we're basing it off of is either what we've seen in the past, or maybe we don't even have anything to base it off of. Like for me, like I never grew up around like life coaches. Like I started getting into it probably maybe in high school, like definitely in college when I found out about like Ed Milet and Mel Robbins, and like I would watch these YouTuber girls, and like it was like, whoa, these people are like, they're just like giving people this amazing advice and they like are making so much money. This is wild. But for a lot of us, we don't have anything to shape this worth from, if that makes sense. So it's like you kind of just have to fucking make it up. Like it's always been so hard for me to put a price on my services because a part of me is like, well, I just want to give this to you because it changed my life and I want to change your life. But at the same time, especially this year, realizing that like it is a privilege to have me, to have my insight, to have my energy in your life. It is such a privilege. And like I need to actually start seeing that as a privilege and seeing that as something that is so worthy. And it's helped me see the worth in things that I didn't necessarily see as super worthy and valuable before. Like that is the beauty in all of this. I'm not only seeing my own worth, but I'm seeing the worth in things that I spend my money on and things that I don't spend my money on, and the people that I spend my time with and the people that I don't spend my time with. Like I think that everything comes down to value and what we find valuable and what we find, is a priority in our life. Like if you think about it, you're going to lunch with a girlfriend, that's a 2-hour lunch. Like that's 2 hours that you're never going to get back again. Like, and I never used to really see it as that. Like I've always had this very odd, I don't even know what you would call it, relationship with time. I always felt like I was running late. I never had enough time. And now I'm like, oh, like time is money. Time is money. Energy is money. Skill is money. Like all of these things are like money, wealth, resources, all this stuff. But it all comes back to value. It all comes back to the value that you see within yourself, the value that you see within other people, the value that you see in other things. And like, as we're moving into this new year, like really, really taking time to sit with yourself and think through like, what do I find valuable? And not getting, so caught up in what your parents find valuable, what your partner finds valuable. Like, listen, if you and your partner don't find the same things valuable, then you probably aren't meant to be together. Like, that's just it. Like, there has to be a level of synergy there. Same thing with friendships and like colleagues. Like, the people that I surround myself with, the people that I want to be giving most of my time and energy to, they value the same things. Not, of course, everyone in my life values different things, but like the people that are closest to me pretty much value the same things that I value. And I really love that. And I really, really respect that. But also being independent enough to say like, listen, I value this. And if you don't value that, that's okay. Like if you're going to judge me or or analyze why I'm doing something or spending my money on that or spending my time and energy doing that, then you're not the person that's meant to be in my life. But like so much of this also comes down to acceptance, like learning this year to accept people for who they are and why they do the things that they do. And astrology and human design, thank fucking God, has helped me so much with this, because it's helped me to understand these people on a different level. Because before I'm just like, I wouldn't fucking do this. Why the hell are they doing that? And now I'm like, oh, this is just like who they are as a person. Of course, if like, I don't tolerate anyone treating me poorly or anything like that. But you know, those people that you're just like, why do you do the things that you do? Like, I don't quite understand that. Like, that's the power of these systems. Obviously, it's the most powerful thing to utilize it on yourself, but to utilize it with the people in your life is just like a whole other ball game. So yeah, I'm sure that there were 500 million more things that I wanted to share about, because as each day progresses, and when I thought about doing this longer episode as the last episode, every day I'm like, oh, there would be like a new thought that would download. But the way that I like to do things, because I'm someone that is just like constantly being fed these new ideas, I'm like, I just need to let them all flow through me, and whatever is flowing at the time is going to be perfect. And that's exactly what I need to share. And it's exactly what everyone else needs to hear on the receiving end. So I hope that, at first I want to be like, I hope you all had like a really transformative year, but like whatever year that you had, whatever year that you experienced, I hope that you are able to take some grounding space and time to really reflect on this year and what this year taught you and what this year showed you, and to move into this next year with just a clear sense of who you are and what you want. I would only want that for myself, and I want that for everyone else in my life. And I hope, you know, as we continue to grow older and mature and become wiser and more in tune, like with each year, I hope that I'm able to experience just more of my truest self, living like my truest life. I think for a lot of us, you know, whether that's like, you know, something with our health, or like financial instability, or, you know, a breakup, or just like, this is life. Like, we're always going to be given challenges, but like the people that are able to move through these challenges with a deep sense of gratitude and grace and come out on the other side, like, it is just, you can't even like compare these people, because, you know, most people are just like truly moving through the motions, which is, it's very odd for me to even think like that, because I'm just not wired like that. But like, I truly hope that in this next year, you are able to understand yourself at a deeper level. You are able to hold even more compassion and grace and have gratitude for your life and for the people in it and for what you are doing, because you get to do whatever you want. Like, sometimes we can just get so caught up in like, no, I have to do this. No, I have to do that. I have to support this person. I have to make money. But it's like, there are so many different ways that we can do anything that we want. And we always have a million options at our fingertips. So let's not box ourselves in, and let's like really hold ourselves to a high standard and move into this next year with a strong sense of faith and belief in ourselves. And if you have trouble in doing that, like, again, there are so many people and tools and resources out there to help you broaden your perspective and to cultivate a deeper sense of love and respect for yourself. Like, I am so grateful that I get to be that person for not just myself, but for other people as well. And I'm continuously deepening that skill of mine, because I truly, truly feel like it's a skill, but you just have to ask for it. Like, you can change anything at any point in given time. Obviously, I talk a lot about like astrology and placements and transitions and all of that, but like, we always have free will. And like, something that Kabbalah taught me is like, at any point in given time, if we don't like the movie that we're watching, that we're living, like, we can change that movie. We can walk out of the theater and be like, I'm going into a different movie. Like, you have free will to change anything, to do anything. If you don't like anything, Like, be honest with yourself and say, like, I don't fucking like this and I don't want to experience this anymore. And this is what I want to feel. And like, even if it feels so far away, even if you feel like, man, this is something that I've always wanted. I can't even like put into words why I want it. I just know that I do. And I don't know how the heck I'm going to get it. Like, that is the first step. That is the first step. So just know that anything is truly attainable for you. Thank you for being a listener here, for supporting me and my journey, for holding space for me as I share, all of this with all of you. I'm so grateful and I'm so appreciative, and I'm so excited for where this podcast is going to go in the next year, for where I'm going to go, for where I'm going to be able to take you all with me, for the conversations that I'm going to be having. Like, 2025 is feeling like I said before, like it's just a whole different year, a whole different me that is emerging. I'm hoping the same thing for you. And I'm just truly so grateful to be here, to have this space and to share with you all. So thank you again. I would love for you to rate this podcast, for you to share it with someone that you feel needs to hear this message. I know that this was a longer episode, but I intentionally did that because it was the last episode of the year. And stay tuned for all that's to come in 2025. I love and appreciate you, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.